O'Neal Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Oh, yes. Deep in a very far land, in a mansion, preferably not a cave. There lived a big black man. I think his name was Dave. Anthony's been all over town looking for Shayla. He likes the pum-pum shaved. And left Amber all by herself, untouched and unscathed. Dave. O'Neal, can you please behave? Dave. Is there a doctor in the house? Oh, Dave. Dave. Where are my people this evening? Where are my people this evening? Dave. Where are you this evening? I swear, I just, good evening, friends. I heard that I'm being wanted. I heard that I'm needed here. There's a lot going on with us right now. I've said some things and apparently some people are not happy with O'Neal. Good evening. Dave. Deep in a very far land. Somewhere preferably in a cave. There lives a big black man. I think his name was Dave. See, Anthony has been all over town. He likes the pum-pum shave. And left Amber all by herself, untouched and unscathed. Dave. O'Neal, can you please just behave? Dave. Is there a doctor in the house? Never mind. Dave. Hey, Dave. O'Neal, please, O'Neal, please behave. Come on. Dave. Good evening, friends. So this today, how are you doing this evening? All right, so I've said some things and some people get upset, but you know what? I had to do it because I feel like, we were getting too far. In our critique, I felt like our critiques were not very balanced. And so O'Neal already. O'Neal is going to basically, call a spade a spade. One thing about O'Neal is that he's going to call a spade a spade. Good evening, friends. Good evening. So there was this today. And I'm not going to play all of it because, of course, y'all watch these things already. I don't want to get y'all guys not to watch it again. So this is what I call the shaft incident. So let me ask y'all, basically. I don't know if you have hit the like button already. Go ahead and do that. Did you like the shaft incident? Let me ask y'all people that, because one know how to think about this. Did you like the shaft incident? And it was an incident. So people keep asking me, what is the shaft incident, O'Neal? Well, I'm going to give you the shaft incident. So here we go. Did you like the shaft incident? You cannot say we keep bringing Dave up if Dave is a factor, friends. You cannot tell me that Dave is not a factor. You cannot see this and then you're going to say that this was not something that you're looking at. Let me play the shaft incident for you.
Look, feet shoulder width apart. Deep squat, deep.
Okay, like almost touching the floor deep?
Almost touching the floor.
Okay.
Butt touching the floor.
Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Wait, see, I'm about to fall.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go nowhere. Look, B squat, focus on balance.
Okay.
There you go. Squeeze at the top.
Stop right there. Now you see the lady's face. If this was Anthony, y'all would be chastising him. If this was Anthony, you all would be chastising him. This is the incident. I call it the shaft incident because you know what she was rubbing upon. Clearly she was rubbing upon something. We know she's going through a divorce, but let's be reasonable, friends. Let's be reasonable. Y'all see this. Think they're not ready for him to hold, to hold his chest. You don't think so? Let me read some of y'all's comments really fast. This was the shaft incident. This was the shaft incident. O'Neal, please leave Dave. Don't bother with it, Charmin. Don't bother with it. While I do want her to get happiness, she must finish the marriage first. That is O'Neal's take on this. If anyone says that Amber doesn't want Dave and Dave doesn't want Amber, don't be intellectual. You're being intellectually dishonest. We're adults. Thank you very much. You're seeing this. See, I'm glad that some people are starting to call things out. People are calling things out. Look, you're seeing this. Y'all keep bringing up Dave. We have to bring him up because you see what's going on. So nonetheless, let me show you this is the Dave incident. I'm calling a spade a spade. That's it. That's all O'Neal is doing. Calling a spade a spade.
Okay. Progress. Good. Squeeze at the top. There you go.
There you go again. I'm not asking you what Amber just felt right there, so you know what Amber just felt. If you're telling me that there was nothing going on here, so it was a mistake. You know what? I love how y'all just anyways. Thank you very much. You see, Jewel, thank you very much for saying what you're saying. Thank you, because it's a fair comment. I get that Amber is acting out right now. She can be held accountable, and yes, she should finish the marriage first. She should finish the marriage first. But what has ever stopped Anthony from doing this? See, that's what I'm talking about. Your defense cannot be each time when I challenge Amber. Well, what Anthony did, I'm challenging Amber. Just like when we get Anthony, we challenge Anthony. You guys are quick at challenging Anthony, but now we'll challenge Amber. You don't call it out. That's what I'm saying. That's what was going on right here, so. And she was enjoying it. And stop saying whatever it is. We have called Anthony out. In fact, we will be calling him out. Our mind is in the gutter. You don't see what's going on? Is it our mind that's in the gutter, or is it Amber's mind in the gutter? Which one? They said, don't be hating. Only just stop. Anthony can flirt with Delisa. We didn't like it either. We complained. We complained about Anthony flirting with Delisa. We all did. We all sat down and said it was weird with what Anthony was doing. But no, what you're doing now is now we're calling out Amber. You're now coming up with a defense. This is what I'm talking about. This is a saint mentality. Why the people is getting very, very... People don't know. People don't know how to take Amber fans because they feel like her fans don't feel like she's done anything. They think that basically she's just the saint from out of nowhere and that's it. Can't defend this. Let's watch them do it. They're going to say, well, if Ant was holding Dave's shaft, then Amber wouldn't. Come on now, friends. It sucks. When I saw Shayla talking about, I thought she was going to tell Shayla she went to work out with Dave. Possibly, who knows? Amber deserves a big win. Yes, she does, but we want her to do it after. Stop asking if it's on purpose, Charmin. The fact of the matter is it's happening. What do you mean if it's on purpose? You're not supposed to have a next man behind you for this long. You know what's going on. I mean if it's on purpose. It might have it's on purpose.
Let's go nowhere. Look, B squad, focus on balance.
Okay.
Here you go. Squeeze at the top. Okay. Progress. Good. Squeeze at the top. There you go. I like it. I like the form. You want to try some dumbbells with it?
Yeah, I think we should try something different.
With the dumbbells.
It's
a 29.
You saw it. So let's work out whatever it is. Then she gets the dumbbells. Yeah. Then it happens again. It happened 2 times. It happened 2 times. All I'm saying, friends, is this. When an African call a girl out, if you cannot call Amber out, you're starting to become disingenuous and dishonest. We sat down here so I will cuss Anton out, and we will be cussing him out today because we have some words for him. But the thing is, you're painting Amber as this saint, which makes it very. If it's tough now, it's tough for me to even sit down and be like, wait, hold on, but it's the same thing. That's why O'Neill said it needs to be finished first. When the marriage get finished, then we get over to Dave. As much as we think Dave is a good replacement for her, then let's just say we think that.
Good form. Come on. Focus on form. There you go. Yeah. One more. Good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
So Stacy says, oh my God, so what? What it is, Stacy, is that we're, in other words, then it means that when people say things like this that Bilderberg boy is saying, which is Amber is for the streets, you can't complain. When people say she's a 304, you can't complain because they're seeing her in other modes. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to raise. So you know will not be able to defend it. Let's see. Play with fire and you get burned. End the marriage and work on the squats. Thank you very much. That is all O'Neill is asking. You know, if we're going to be honest and be fair, we have called Anthony out on this channel over and over again. No, what we're doing is calling out the Amber character because we know you're not going to do it, Miss Fatal, because as far as you're concerned, Amber is always right. So we're just calling it out. Because if nobody not call it out, guess what? It left unchecked. Just like when we check Anthony 20 different times and we check him 20 different times, same way we checking Amber. That's how we're doing. That's how we're doing right here, sir. That's how we're doing. That's how we're doing. Maybe she gives Anthony some tonight. Dave worked her up. Probably not. Probably not. Amber fans are delusional about Dave. This is cheating. I don't think it's cheating, but it's just, again, because I don't go for the... Hey, if y'all want to call it cheating, fine, you can do that. I don't really call it... What I said to it is this. It's inappropriate. Just like I said, what Anthony did with Delisa was inappropriate. We're saying this is inappropriate. It's the same thing. Just like we called Anthony out on the top about the $5,000, right? Remember, y'all talk about the $5,000. Y'all talk about the $5,000. Y'all talk about the perfume. Y'all talk about the play date. Well, we're saying this, just like we called those things out, this was inappropriate. That beautiful cap. So Amber shouldn't be in this position either. Thank you very much, Miss T. Because at least some people have some amount of, you even have some honesty. Again, y'all said, hey, you shouldn't be telling the other woman that. And we called it out on this channel. Una tell me that that's the reason why he's getting the divorce. That's why she's getting the divorce, because of this. No, that you say, man. If we're calling Dave out, and your first thing to think is we're jealous of Dave, we're not. In fact, we're saying she should be with Dave, but we're saying you must do this after the marriage. We want to see this. We don't want to see this now. So that's the idea of it. We want to see what we're talking right now. That's what we want to see. Amber always get called out. What do you mean she always get called out? Anthony gets called out all the time. Y'all call him out 24/7. What do you mean? Don't make it seem like that. Amber needs to close the door before she opens another one. Heal her soul and her mind before she gets into a relationship again. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. All Amber has to do is to leave Anthony with everything. He'll definitely sign the papers in 30 days and she'll be divorced. Then she can get some healing. And if Dave is the one, it will come to pass. That's it. That's it, Eslin. That's what O'Neill is asking for. We are calling this side by side. We have gone through 3 years of divorce with these two. They've filed 3 times and got married 3 times in less than 3 years. I need a drink. Good evening, friends. Good evening. Good evening. You know where we're going to talk with it, you know. I don't like Amber putting herself in this position. Keep your integrity clean. Thank you, mommy. That's what we're calling out. Stop telling us we can't call this out because y'all called Anthony out day and night. Anyways, that's one scene from today, and I don't want. We have a lot of scenes to get to. So being that we have a lot of scenes to get to, I have placed 2 things on the channel. For the people that are not sure about the entire storyline or they need a refresher, I've put 2 things on the channel, and I think they're very valuable for people who you may not remember how the story went, so that way you know your context gets in line, so I put them on the channel for those folks. Dave then spoke to her and Dave told her that she needs to do her own little thing.
Freedom from my marriage, but freedom from the bondage in my mind and in my heart, you know? I have definitely beat myself up quite a bit, and I'm just tired of that.
Well, you was on the world, and you know, you showing up for yourself, keep bettering yourself, because there ain't nothing out here. I mean, I'm not to get in your business or anything, but, you know, the grass, like I said, the grass is not greener. There ain't nothing out here.
All right, so my question is, because this is what I'm checking now, will Dave actually marry her? Ashley, I saw your channel. Very inappropriate and disgusted by Dave. Ashley, I did see your channel, and I want you to know that we have moderator night on Wednesdays. If you want tomorrow, I'll make sure I send you the link. Shoot me an email, Ashley. I said I wanted to make sure I see you because I know you have your channel just starting. Misty, I shouldn't say little. Thank you very much for correcting me. See that Misty that correct me. Ashley, I know you have your channel coming in, and so that should give you some time. One moment, dear friends. Ashley, you can come on tomorrow basically, so that way you can let people know what you have going on, because you are saying some things on your channel. I had to find it. Misty, you know me. Hey, Misty, if it go for you, it go for me now. So you know O'Neill. See, me say it a while ago, Misty. So thank you for checking me. See, me get an internal check, Misty. Me get an internal check. Dave said that there's nothing out here, so he's including himself in nothing. So my question is, will Dave marry her? Will Dave marry her? That's the question. Misty, of course, Misty. Yes or no? Say, Misty, may I learn from you? Does it seem I have to learn? No problem, Ashley. Just I'll make sure you have your time tomorrow so you can get on tomorrow. So that way you can, start giving people. Hey, we'll talk. You'll just get on. So this is what we're seeing right now. Dave is saying there's nothing out here. And that's right, Kari. Dave says there's nothing out here. So is he including himself? Amber never even dated Dave. Why are we even talking about marriage? She may not want to marry him. Well, she's talking about the whole idea of being there, Miss Fatal, to be honest. And she's talking about, not having a woman coming up there or whatever it is and all that kind of stuff. So she is making comments. So let's not make it look like she's not making comments. That's all I'm saying. She's making comments. We're just going off of the comments she's making. Hey, if she make a comment, we just go off of the comment. Why do I feel like I'm very much darker than what I need to be? Okay. So when I said no, Dave said not to look at the world, but focus on herself. But Anthony said same thing, but with malice. Makes sense. Amber is not in that headspace. Well, let's see. Yes, he's included himself in the nothing. No, Dave told Amber what he's doing. He's getting herself back. Yes, he would marry her. Definitely would need a prenup. Amber mentally abused by Anthony. I'm not going to go for the mental abuse because the things that Amber has done as well, friends, is not small. So don't make it look as though it's small. If you want to give me the baby thing with Shayla, give me the baby thing with Shayla. Why would a single man seriously entertain a married woman? She's basically cheating on Anthony with him. How could he trust her? No. And Amber is not looking for a husband. I really hope that they bring in a new woman for Anthony. I just personally feel like your pushing is way too far, which lets me know it's becoming personal to you. I'm just asking questions that need to be asked. Like okay, what is the question, Miss Fatal? If I'm pushing it too far, what is the question you're asking me? Amber never dated Dave, so she may not marry him. Which question are you asking, Miss Fatal, that I'm not answering? If I'm not answering your question, let me answer it. What's the question? Miss Fatal, what's the question? Give me the question. Trust me, it is definitely O'Neill goes to bed at night. So none of this is personal for O'Neill. But O'Neill does the series as it is. None of it is personal for O'Neill. O'Neill comes off of the show and he goes to bed at night and sleep. Like a top. I sleep like a top, Miss Fatal. I sleep like a top. A new woman for Amber Anthony that would check Shayla at the door. That makes sense. That makes sense. Antoinette, exactly. Well, Anthony said, I believe that Dave is trying to give Amber wisdom and encouragement. You think that's all it is. So in other words, you don't believe that it's dangerous. Let me ask you this. Dave has a crush on Amber. Amber has a crush on Dave. So let me ask you this then. Do you think, what's the question? What's the question, Miss Faisal? What's the question? I choose Team Amber because I stand behind what she said she stand for. I ask you, what team are you on? I'm on no team because I have to adjudicate it fairly. I like the Amber character, but I'm not on any teams. I cannot be, because if I am, then I become very biased in my viewpoint. So that is the answer for you. I am on no team. O'Neal can't be on a team because I realize if I go on a team, then I start to only give a one track opinion of the entire story. O'Neal is on no team. So while I like the Amber character and I want her to have happiness, I still want Anthony to find him way at some point in time, but to get him karma, and I want Shayla to get her karma. See? The only thing is that what I will do is hold the Amber character accountable because Amber fans don't. Y'all just don't hold her accountable. That's just what it is. I just know that people don't hold her accountable. We'll hold Anthony accountable every day, but we don't hold Amber accountable at all. Whenever I say something about Amber, the first thing people do is them start pushback. Amber is the root of the destruction in her marriage. She wasn't honest about Wayne. Shayla's involvement came through Amber. She tells everyone her business, and now she's going out on work dates. That is a position I think is a very plausible position. That is very, very plausible. That's plausible. I am on Team Amber, but I can be unbiased. Sometimes. Because I watch some of my people, I'm going to bias some of my times then. I'm a fan of Amber, but I don't agree with everything else, everything she does. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I love the Amber character, but I do realize that if I get sucked in too much into the Amber character, I will get biased, because it's easy to get very biased. So I have to be checking my bias every 2 seconds. You will have the next side of the audience who checks my bias. O'Neal, well, but where you said this about Amber, but look at this. And so I look at even the Wayne channel and people say, but O'Neal, but what about this, or what about that? So what I tend to do is to try to give a very balanced viewpoint. Very balanced. That's all I try to do. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make it whatever it is. I just try to be very balanced, because if I stand too deep into the Team Amber thing, then I start overlooking the other pieces of the puzzle, which we're going to get into pretty soon. But that was the Dave take, and I'm going to tell you exactly. So being that you give me that, Miss Fatal, I'm going to show you where I'm going next. I'm going right to the Shayla thing next, because this is my problem. So when it comes to Amber, Miss Fatal, this is O'Neal's problem. It's how Shayla has been allowed to reign upon the marriage. This is now what I've been looking on. Shayla has become, Shayla has been the thing that has caused the marriage where it is. This is who Shayla is at this point in time. And again, this is what we have.
What do you mean? I mean, like, if he gets brand deals, if the podcast makes money, how do we know what we're making? Are we not getting a percentage? I mean, it is our faces.
That's true. We could probably draft up something, but you know Wayne is good for it.
This is where I'm with it right now. So this is where I'm. How is Shayla have this much power? That's the question. Where does Shayla get the power from? That's it. Where does Shayla power come from? That's the question. Where does Shayla's power come from? That's my question. Where it come from? And I started to look in some of the series, right? And I started to say, well, no, it's Anthony, Anthony for stand up. But then I realized the amount of times that he tried to stand up as well, to which him still should put him foot down some more. And then other things get into it. That affair didn't make Amber smarter, but more naive. That's what I'm saying. It is the mere fact that Amber is still here. That's what troubles O'Neal. Where does Shayla's power come from? Outside of Wayne, we know that Wayne is... we know Wayne is a writer. We know Wayne is a writer of the entire series. We know that. But I mean on screen, where is Shayla's power coming from? That's the question. And I was starting to look back at it. I'll say it again. If Amber wants to be free and happy, she will have to walk away and leave everything. She's saying she want to be free, but she's not acting like it. This is what I'm looking at now. This is what I've started to look at because I see somebody thinks them, only you're too late. When we told you Amber checked out, you didn't listen. Well, regardless of if she checked out, I don't mind her checking out. The problem O'Neal have is, oh, she checked out to Anthony and checked back into Shayla. That's O'Neal's problem. Amber is still telling Shayla her business. Yes, Shayla has become a friend. And when I say this to Shayla fans, this is the deal. Amber is crazy. She's going to divorce Anthony, but keep Shayla on as a friend. That's where now my problem is coming in. My growth is happening here. It's the double standard that's happening here. It was Shayla's podcast idea. Well, hey. So Shayla should have a podcast on the way right Amber and Anthony and Shayla character. He said on Ricky Smiley show. The problem is this is the problem I have with Amber. This is O'Neal's main problem with Amber. So it's the double standard. That's where O'Neal have the issues. Amber has lost her mind. She knows better. Why would she allow herself to be in such a situation? Yesterday, I think I did like a little montage yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. Give me one moment. I did a montage of scenes yesterday. Right? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Hold on. If y'all haven't watched it yet, it's a great refresher because even I had to go refresh myself and say, O'Neal, maybe you don't remember how this happened. O'Neal, maybe you don't know what's going on. I deliberately went back in time yesterday. Yesterday I went back in time just for the sake of it because I say, you know what? All of this is happening now. All of this is starting to happen now. And I'm going to read some comments, friends. Give me one moment. I'm going to read some comments. And I played little scenes. I played little scenes, right? This was one of the first scenes then.
Yeah.
First scene, chasing. First scene. Second scene I played was Anthony going over there trying to finish this thing and she was there.
Right? And Anthony, if you were to... Just...
I played this because I wanted to ask you the question, how Amber is still friends with this woman? How? This was how this went.
At this. This is something that he's worked.
Oh, when you get drunk, you'll do anything then.
You took advantage of the situation. Now I'll take the blame for the other time.
All right. So that's him. Some stuff within this as
well. Me over here for anything like this again. She really loves me.
All right. This is his final. Is your home girl. People push. And
Give me one moment here.
Shayla, I understand that you're hurt right now. And
I'm hurt.
You may just be saying some things.
What
that
if
you may
I
not
told you that Amber was sleeping with Wayne the entire time y'all were engaged?
Just remember that this is exactly when Anthony went off of the rails. I played this not because I'm sorry for Anthony, because I'm not. And I play this not because I'm telling you that Anthony needs to not get the lesson, because I want him to get the lesson. But I play this because when I see this is why O'Neal get messed up when him say this right here. You can't show me this and then say what you're saying now. The two of them don't fit in the same sentence. That's where O'Neal is going off. O'Neal is going off right here. But let me read some comments. Let me read y'all's comments. I'm sorry that I was there for whatever it is. Amber is not aware of everything that has happened between Anthony and Shayla. Well, so who will make her aware? So that means that she must just carry on nonetheless as friends. All right. She's envious of Amber. Not only do Amber need to let Shayla go, but Anthony need to let Wayne go and Ro as well. Yeah, basically, Amber's still telling Shayla what her process is. That's not good. She should stay away from Shayla. I said the same thing. That's being honest. This was me being honest with everything in itself. They're teaching the audience the wrong thing, trying to make it look acceptable. That's what I'm saying. This is exactly where O'Neal was saying. Do agree that Charmaine. That's true, but I still feel like forgiveness for Shayla doesn't mean that they need to be friends. Look at Angelina. She's still plotting against Amber. I'm glad Misty pinpoint these things out. That's a struggle face. That struggle face gonna toot it up again real soon. Exactly. So now I start to ask the question, Only write the skits differently. Well, hey, they give it to us to talk about. Go back to where Shayla was lusting after him with her sister. I'm just saying, these things happened. So when O'Neal no mind, listen to me, uno win O'Neal when you say, hey, you know what, maybe the marriage need to be decimated, it need to be pulled apart, uno win O'Neal. Fine, it wasn't built on solid ground. But you can't just sit down and demonize the man and then you are friends with the mistress. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. 100% women would not be friends with their husband's mistress. Exactly. Why would we be discussing Dave marrying Amber? This is crazy. Well, because people are asked. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Why do you think I get a relationship from? Well, tell the writers to write the correct. I saw this. It was insightful. Dave is making a hit on Amber. Is this correct, O'Neal? I think he likes her, but people are trying to say he doesn't. I think Dave likes her, and I think she likes Dave. No, Dave is probably trying, but it is what it is. Hey, you know how human beings are. I mean, you get around long enough, and you're around a woman long enough, things will happen. That's all I'm saying. If Amber gets involved with Dave, would Shayla go after him? Not sure. That's interesting. Amber is doing right by divorcing Anthony. I don't mind that. It's how the divorce is happening, and people are asking questions. This comment was on Facebook. There is no way a black woman would be okay to hang out with the mistress. This is so ridiculous and embarrassing to women who have gone through this in real life. That is exactly why O'Neal is saying him have to kind of check himself a little bit so he don't get biased. This is why. Amber is my girl, but she's fickle. Amber is in love with the fantasy of Dave. Actually, there's a skit where Anthony told Amber and Shayla took advantage of Anthony while he was drunk. Why would you be cool with Shayla after she did that to your husband? That's what I'm saying. Amber is telling Shayla her business so she can relate it to Anthony. Again, why? That's my question. Why? I feel like the mistress have been given too much power. That's okay. If in tonight's skit, Anthony questions her about where she was, do you guys think that she's going to tell the truth or half truth? That's a good question. That's a good question. I'll ask that for you, Monila. Will she tell Anthony that she was with Dave? Yes or no? Give me one moment, Miss Fatal. Let me see. I see a comment. I don't believe so, Monila. Will she tell Anthony that she was with Dave? I don't believe so. I don't think so, but hey, I'm going to take a poll on it for you. I don't think she will. Miss Veda said, I can agree with you on the Shayla, but I guess I'm trying to do is to wait and see where Amber is really going with this. I don't want to condemn her before I know. Well, listen to this. Listen to this where she's going, because I already see where this is going. She's already said it. Listen to this, Miss Veda.
And I think he thought I wasn't serious either. But when I tell you I am dead, you know what? I'm serious.
Well, you're a woman of your word. I think you just, I don't know, I thought you enjoyed being a wife.
I did, and maybe one day God will have that for me again. But in this season, I'm choosing me. And I'll still be around to help you with little Kai. Yes.
Did you hear that, Miss Fatal? She'll still be around to help her with little Kai. So they're not going anywhere with this more than a friendship. Shayla will not get a pass from me, and that's why O'Neal is taking the stance that he's taking. Because if I didn't, I would have looked very biased if I didn't. But I look biased. But I look biased. So she's not. The idea is to keep Shayla on as a personnel. That's correct. She hasn't said anything about Dave. Dave seems to me like a very low-key private person. The way he's making the moves is such a way it's very sneaky to me. It is. Dave likes her. He liked her the moment he saw her, and she likes him too the moment she saw him. That's why Anthony's got to go. She realized there's no hope. There's hope for a better man. And I don't mind that. Like I said before, as long as nothing happens between her and Dave, I think I'm okay, because I think I want him to maintain that with the character, or else they kind of throw us all off, you know? Come on, at least one person need to persevere through something. Even though Kai is still innocent in all of this, I'm just saying there is distances. He is innocent, but there is still distance. That's all I'm saying. Still be around. That's what it is, Miss Fatal. Amber on something like she's really been disappointing lately. I don't know. Amber is running her mouth to someone that she doesn't know well enough to share information. Please, O'Neill, direct your concerns and opinions toward the writers. Well, that's what we're doing right here. That's why when we do this, the writers hear what we're saying. That's what O'Neill is actually doing, directing the concerns to the writers. They watch the show, and when they watch the show, hey, they listen to what we say. Dave is messing around with Daniel's sister. I'm not sure. People said this, but I'm not sure if that's so. Shayla's trying to get Anthony back, playing like she is Amber's friend, but loyalty to Anthony. But is she though? We need the 31-day divorce lawyer mentioned. O'Neill, I blame both of them. When they got back together, Amber told Anthony to put boundaries on Shayla, and he said he had it under control. Well, that's what. Yes, I do blame both of them as far as everything is concerned. I do. I think that there's no boundaries at all. There's no boundaries on both of them. In fact, I watched a skit with Rolanda and Amber and Wayne, and they talked about boundaries, and they still never put the boundaries in place. So that's the idea. If I was Anthony, and this divorce happened, I would tell Shayla I don't want my baby around Amber. Period. I'm telling you how that basically play. It probably would play like that. The Amber fans love Dave now. They give him a year and watch her change dramatically. He won't ask her questions the way he don't talk. He says that they're like strangers in a house. Amber is telling everyone because she wants to control the narrative to know that Anthony's plays. She knows Anthony plays the victim. Well, see, I don't think he could escape. I don't think he could fly to be the victim here. Because the truth of the matter is people already know the story. People already know the story. So really and truly, Amber really just need to just do what she's doing. If not, and if she's going for the narrative though, simple business, and I like your point. If Amber is going for the narrative though, wouldn't it play back into her playing to everybody else again? It would make her become the same thing that she's trying to run away from. She says she's trying to go away from people. You know, she's not living her truth. That's what she said. So if she plays into this victim narrative thing, you're kind of, that's what you're doing. You're playing to what people is giving you versus playing to yourself and just being okay with that. That's all I'm saying. Amber enjoys being a wife, but not with Woodpecker. I think she wants to be with Dave. In order to be with Dave, she has to end things with Woodpecker. That's all I'm saying. She doesn't have to tell Anthony where she was at this morning. She didn't do anything, didn't do nothing wrong. Well, again, hey. All right. See, I won't get into it too much because I respect your opinions. All I would be nothing like Amber. I would just want root for her. The underdog is always gonna get attention. I root for the Amber character as well. Like I said, Miss Fatal, I do root for the Amber character. The problem I'm having is how the Amber character is navigating everything. For example, the Amber character is almost like just more things that doesn't need to be created. Like, for example, this is unnecessary. Getting Shayla in your business, I think, is not necessary, personally to me, but maybe una like that. That's my thing. Was it necessary? Was it necessary to get Shayla in your business? That's my question. That's my question. This is where O'Neill have the little drawbacks. Let me tell you where me have the little drawbacks. Let me tell you where me have my drawbacks. Remember, they just give us this a watch and we just a comment on it, guys. So don't feel no way at all. O'Neill is not attacking anyone at all. Would you tell Shayla your business? Shayla's already done what she has done. Why do I need to tell her anything? This nothing happen. This right here, where Shayla is doing this.
Right.
It's nothing.
It's nothing, right? No
Nothing.
big deal, right?
No big deal.
Was it a big deal when you received those papers?
You see that? No, me no want that. Me no want that part there. What I would have preferred I think Miss Fatal, what I would have preferred is something Miss T said. Miss T said in one of her comments, she would prefer the divorce to be quiet. That's what we wanted. Her to be quiet, divorce Anthony quietly. Then you can tell everybody that you're divorced. That's what they were saying. Amber is in the NFL. She jumps from one team to another. No time off the trade. That's an interesting comment. Amber has gone through too much. I don't care how she gets to the finish line, just as long as she gets there. I have to care about that, because if I don't care about how she gets to the finish line, then it means she's in the same category with Anthony. That is it for me. That's the thing for me. If Amber starts to wild out like Anthony, then it means everything he said was right. I have 2 super chats. Let me read the super chats. Bilderberg Boy super chat says, Amber's returning to her devious 3 or 4 ways. I hope she gets with Dave and Anthony finds out she'll lose her divorce settlement. Dave gives her the clap. Let me put that down there. And then, so O'Neill, if Anthony asks her where she was today and she don't respond, can you say the same thing when Anthony don't answer his phone? Look here, okay, maybe y'all, I think y'all are taking some things out of context. It doesn't matter if she tells him or not where she was today. Let me just say that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Just like when we went out to work out with Ro, the only thing I didn't like about the exercise was the closeness and the shaft incident. That's the only thing I like about it. Now, it may mean they may need to go to another place to exercise. I don't mind they hanging out on the exercise for right now, because they're not really doing anything at all. However, hey, it's risky, but it is what it is. So that's what I will say to it. Thank you for the super chat. What I'm saying is that now it has become now messy. Which you know, that's the idea. Hold on, I'm gonna read a statement. Let me go back to where you were. What did I miss from it? Did I miss something from it? Let me go ahead and make sure I didn't miss anything at all. So you said, Amber has gone through too much. I don't care if she gets to the finish line, as long as she gets there. This doesn't defile the marital covenant. Anthony is attacking her daily. You think he's attacking her daily though? You mean, are you talking about the idea that he's asking her like why she wants a divorce? Shayla hasn't mentioned Dave to Anthony either. Exactly. Thank you very much, Jerina, for the super chat. Exactly. See, here's what it does. You see, here's why I told you that she has to do this right. Because if she doesn't, she goes back to this. Let me play something for you. She goes back to this. Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you. If she doesn't do this right, it goes back to this was where you have the issues with the audience. Let me show you what it go back to. It goes back to this sequence.
Okay, cool. Now here's the last one. Okay. Have you been intimate with anybody since the 2 of you have been together?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
You see that? It goes back to that. Some want it clean. Maybe y'all want just any little messy old thing because y'all want that. Only want it clean. Do it clean. So that way we can say, well, you know what? Hey, you know, she did it clean compared to Anthony. I need to see the contrast. For me, I want to see the contrast. Like some people say, O'Neill is black and white. All right, fine. O'Neill is black and white. Because if you're not black and white, it looks like basically you're the same thing. It looks like the same thing. It looks like the same thing. It looks like these things, these moments.
You mean to tell him what the deal is? You want me to tell him what the real is?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care?
What's gonna happen? Do you want to get told?
No, I don't.
So
So
you
I
told
need you
him-
to go along with this, please.
Remember, this was Amber. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. And again, hey, O'Neill just to kind of give y'all, the real, because O'Neill gives the real. Him don't go around, him not sugarcoat it. Shayla talk to Anthony, she talks too much. Does Shayla talk too much or does Amber talk too much? See, you can't put, see, that's what I'm saying. Your girl has given Shayla the power to be. Shayla is a blabbermouth. She has been a blabbermouth. Your girl has given Shayla these points. That's what I'm telling y'all. She's given Shayla the power to reign over the entire marriage. Don't forget, say the marriage will come from that. Of course, the divorce should happen. The character is not stable to let go of Shayla because it makes money. Of course, and that's why we get a chance for, rip on it. O'Neal, Amber played us. So please know that everything she does and says are calculated. She's sharing with Shayla for a reason. Well, hey, let's see. Let's see. Let me read y'all's comments. Wayne is playing the Amber character foul with this mess with Dave. See your point, O'Neal. I would just not do everything. I would just do everything right and go around if I was Amber. All of this with Anthony, I would want good karma out there. Well, after all of this with Anthony, I would want good karma out there for my next person. That's all we're saying. They've given us this to look at, and that's what I'm saying. Thank you very much for the super chat. The folks have super chat so far. Why would Shayla mention Dave to Anthony? Well, if she doesn't, thank you for the super chat. Anthony has been disrespecting Amber since he been back in the mansion. But haven't both of them been disrespecting each other though, Melinda? Melinda, you cannot say that both of them has not been doing the disrespect thing. Trust me. Didn't she light him up at the restaurant? Didn't she allow somebody to light him up at the restaurant? They've not been clean. None of them have been clean. The only thing I see wrong with the workout is the intentions behind it. Rose was catching feelings. Anthony wasn't. In Amber's case, she's feelings and they are inappropriate. Boom. Brittany, thank you very much for that. No judge will let a wife go outside at 5 in the morning and say that they're just working out. As it was 5 in the morning. Wayne needs to come up with a new direction for these characters. Remember, Anthony told Ben to do a research on Dave. Anthony won't care to ask Amber where she was this morning. Well, what about Anthony's whole picnic for Rolanda and her thinking that he wanted her? That's what I just said. I said we call it out. We don't call it out, man. I must say y'all call it out. Simple business. You may never there, but the same people that are talking now call it out. Y'all say, yo, it's inappropriate. I'm going to say, all right, I guess it is what it is. I took it. I'm going to take everything y'all say. So I'm doing the same thing that y'all basically talked about before. That's all I'm doing. I'm just doing the same thing. I complain the same way y'all complain. Amber knows that Shayla is going to go back and aggravate Anthony as much as possible. Amber also knows that Shayla still wants Anthony. Amber thinks that Shayla will convince Anthony to divorce her. You need to crash out for the writers. No, I'm not crash out for the writers at all. This is enough crashing out. This is enough crashing out for us. Wayne gives Shayla the power. He's writing her that way. He is. I think he's trying to say that I guess he's trying to show that, okay, the problem with it is that I think that Wayne is looking at the comments, and what Wayne sees is no matter what he does with Amber, people still support the decision, so he makes it more ridiculous. This is what I think it is. This is what I think it is. Wayne writes the stories ridiculous because he sees Amber's support. Wayne writes the stories ridiculous because he sees the support that Amber gets. Thank you for the super chat, Mommy. Mommy, thank you for the super chat. That's what I think he's doing. O'Neal, Amber is not hiding Dave. Dave told her, okay, not hiding Dave. She told Anthony that she had someone to assist her now, a new no, it's hiding because you're telling him that you're in business. Business relations and personal relations is not the same. Don't do this. Don't do this. ZSA, do not do this. Never cared to go further. He was happy. He was just happy Amber no longer needed him in. All right. Of course. But hey, listen, friends. I want your girl to move on. I don't have an issue with your girl moving on. I'm just saying do it clean. Be very mindful. Just be very mindful. Amber is going to become Detroit Amber, just like you guys have been begging for. All that godly woman stuff is going to go through the window. That's it. Only all the characters run their mouths about each other's business. There's not one person who ever mind their business. That is true. That is true. Making Amber look bad in the meantime, Anthony and Shayla go get karma. Well, he is getting the karma right now. I think him getting the karma because he don't really want and Amber to leave and she going to take the whatever percent of his money because she going to get something. We don't support the early workout with Dave. Carolyn, people love the early workout with Dave, even though she's still living underneath the roof and doing whatever it is. I just don't like it. No. It's just me. I don't like it. Along the way, she fell in love with him. Shayla getting pregnant wasn't a part of the plan. Amber basically manipulated both Shayla and Anthony. And since Anthony has continued to be disrespectful, she's done. See, Eslina make some statements, that I make me say, what, interesting. Angela Phillips has entered the chat. Only need to crash out. Only not when crash out at all. These kids. Only when we go to bed. Let me see. Anthony came back based on lies with the intention of going back to Shayla. All right. So he came back with intention of that. I told you that there will be a divorce if Shayla okays it. Did Anthony tell Amber he has to whack the willy in the bathroom? That day Shayla was cleaning. We don't know if he was doing that. Guys, hey, take that out of the mind. We don't know if he did that, friends. That's just something that O'Neal was saying out of joke. I don't know that. I think at this point, Amber doesn't care what Shayla and Anthony does. She's had enough. And people are forgetting that Wayne and Amber was together first, and Amber decided to go. Anthony decided to go. That does not matter. Today I saw a comment, and the comment was Amber was single before marriage. Friends, this is how bad the Amber defenses get. Today I saw a comment, and the comment says, believe me, it's on the channel. Amber was single before she got married. When I saw this comment, I said, okay, I see where this is going. That's exactly why I decided in my mind that, you know what, hold on a little bit. We need to talk because it's starting to get out of hand. I saw a comment today, and this was a comment that Amber was single. This is exactly why I did what I did with those two, flashbacks. Because people start rub out the line just to make themselves right. They've started to, friends, listen to me and listen to me again. Anthony deserves the karma he gets. Shayla deserves the karma she gets. I hope Amber finds happiness, but do it the right way. Because y'all think I'm here saying, no, what Anthony needs it. No. But this was the comment. In other words, people was trying to tell me that it didn't matter because, of course, she wasn't married yet. This is what I'm talking about when I say the comments that are coming is exactly what make O'Neal say, no, hold on. No, now I'll have to. Let me see exactly if I can get out. This is why I have to become unbiased, Miss Fatal, because if I don't, comments like this are going to pass. Comments like this are going to go through. Because we could have seen, because we saw her backing up Charmin, because we saw her backing up a while ago and making faces. That's why we know that. But we don't know the Anthony side. We know the Amber side because we saw her backing up. So the whole problem with the storyline is that Anthony and Shayla has not gotten any karma. They should have gotten their karma before the writers even started working with the Amber storyline. And I think I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, we didn't want something happen to him for a little bit, but I'm just giving you how people is looking at cheating is cheating. But somebody put something in the comment and then she's single O'Neal. So why it matters? And I was like, well, hold on. Wasn't she going to get married? I'm just saying, those are the defenses. When we watch some of the comments, that's what the comment them stay. I'm just telling y'all. All we are saying is do it the right way. That's all O'Neill's saying is do it the right way. O'Neill not care if Amber want to get a divorce. I'm just saying. Amber needs to put on his chain with Amber's photo on it. No, she doesn't. Come in want her do it, out of nothing at all. Anthony's karma is her losing his money. Honestly, they both did wrong. Let them get a divorce. And that's what we're saying. They both didn't genuinely love each other. So get a divorce. Amanita, I agree with you. Only just have to just watch a little thing then because he knows how the comments get. Had Anthony and Shayla got Carmen, I agree with that. She would be looking differently. Also, had she, this is also what I think is fatal. That's why I say if Shayla gets a high L1 goodbye where she just buck up Shayla in like just certain places, then it's more palatable. Why it not becoming palatable is because we see her with Shayla baby telling Shayla that she's going to keep being the babysitter and she's going to keep, even though she complain about being the babysitter. That's what I'm saying. So it make us now be like, well, that don't sound too right. You're saying, you telling Anthony that you don't like the idea that you have to be a babysitter and that you don't have to have this kid and you don't want. Then in the next breath, you're saying to Shayla, yeah, I'm just going to make sure I'm gonna keep watching your baby. So then O'Neill said, well, hold on. That's why O'Neill asks questions. If she's getting a divorce, why is she still in the house and not trying to find a place to go? We don't know Kiki, but that's it. It is what it is, man. Shayla, Anthony, and Angelina needs karma. Sick of the writers wanting Amber to look like a fool. I've never seen a black woman act like Amber. Very unreal, so I don't like it. And maybe that's what O'Neill is reacting to. Shauna, thank you very much. That's what O'Neill is reacting to. O'Neill is reacting to the mere fact that they're making this black woman look dumb. Maybe people don't really understand my growth, isn't it? Because sometimes people feel like I'm just bashing Amber. No, I'm bashing the mere fact that the writers they make the Amber character look the way she looks. Even though we know that there are idiots out there. You know what I mean? People out there who just, I don't know. Anthony needs to put on his chain with should he? Nancy, should he put on the chain with Amber on it? Nancy, they're using the Amber character to clean up Anthony. Exactly. Tina, me never hear say something, but that's why only they are trying to clean up the Shayla and the Anthony character, and I'm not having it. That's why O'Neill is saying what he's saying. Because you cannot clean the Amber. This is it. Anthony spent majority of his thing there living with Pierre and Shayla. Exactly. And he needs a divorce. I do agree with y'all. They need a divorce. They need to divorce. The Bible doesn't teach the concept of karma. Nancy, that's not gonna work. They are trying to clean them up. We're asking him right now. Trust me, we're asking him right now because he's going to see the live stream, Erica, and he's going to respond. They always respond. Them know. She said she's always going to be in Kai's life. She didn't say nothing about being. What do you mean? They're paying $40 a month for a babysitter for Kai. Tell you what's going on. She's gonna be there. She's gonna still babysit. I love what Tina just said a while ago. They're trying to clean up the Shayla and the Anthony character, and this is the truth. They cannot use Amber to clean. This is it. And Anthony. I don't know if it can happen. I want them to clean them up by themselves. I was hoping that they did that. It won't work. Shayla and Anthony is not going to getting karma or consequence will keep the audience from accepting them. They have to crush them in order to clean them up. Exactly. They must. Now, I don't know if they're doing this right now. That's correct. Erica, you have to put that in the chat so you see them things here because they do watch. They do watch over here because they put it in the skits. So we know they do. We know they do. O'Neill not going to take it. O'Neill is not going to take it. So that no, you know. O'Neal will not take it. That's what O'Neal is not taking. I'm not taking them cleaning up no Shayla. All of a sudden, Amber being no buddy with Shayla. Of course, you can forgive her. I don't say you can't forgive her. But we need to see realisticness. Because that's what drives the audience. So why he wants his mansion. He didn't care about it when he was running around with Shayla to PR. They owe Amber at least 16K. She's always keeping Kai. Correct. You are honestly correct. Let me if you pay Amber right now, you're right. She need to get paid. Stop playing games with Amber Wayne. I know for sure that they're trying to clean up Shayla. That's what they're doing. And O'Neal is not taking it. I'm not taking it. Just like y'all not taking it, I'm not taking it. Looking for a real plot twist that doesn't involve Amber losing her dignity. Thank you. That is what O'Neal wants. In case people don't really realize, because people think that O'Neal is an Amber basher. You don't get it. You may not understand the O'Neal. O'Neal is trying to make sure that he's very, very, very balanced in my approach to how I talk about the entire thing. She's just not a saint. But them can't use her to clean him up. She's not a saint though. I can admit that. But that doesn't mean that she needs to be used. She needs to be less of to clean up Anthony and Shayla. There you go. She's not a saint. But that does not mean that she must be used to clean up Anthony and clean up Shayla. Anthony and Shayla needs to get cleaned up. She also needs to be in her own little thing. The excessive mouth talking and the pitting, whatever it's again. I don't want to see her doing that. They need to, I want to say her as clean. Clean enough. Shayla must be an issue. Strike, Erica. Once she took Anthony back, the past should have been left in the past. Amber is coming with fake divorce assumptions. Amber lied in that skit. Her eyes showed guilt. Anthony needs to tell Shayla she don't worry to not worry about his marriage and let his wife do that. She needs to worry about her own man. I said the same thing too. Anthony has to lose his money in order to change. That's the only thing he values. His money comes before everything else. And I agree with this, Miss Grant. So he needs to lose some money. Some of the money needs to go. Amber needs to go and the money needs to go. Some of the money needs to go. Some of the money. Like only said 50% steep, but 30%, I can live with 30%. She needs to take 30% of the money and he needs to see her somewhere else with 30% of the money flourishing. That's what I want to see. Then he needs to see her somewhere else with another person because those things hurt men. When them sister, you know, it's so men. When them sister, yeah, flourish without them. It's, well, a man like Anthony, because to him think he's the only one that can make you flourish. Me, I go and think that you need to flourish. If I can't make you flourish, then you know somebody else will. But a man like Anthony think different. A crispy edge pancake. It's so easy, I swear. I don't want Amber with Shayla or Anthony. There you go. But you guys believe that she was a saint for 2 years and now she's not a saint. Shayla and Anthony moved on. Shayla is worse than the paparazzi. We're not going for it, Wayne. I totally agree with you. What did Nancy Beach Scratcher say? I don't want, there you go. Okay, you don't want them with that. We're not going for it, Wayne. Let Wayne know, so we're not going for it. Okay, I get it now. That's what's going on. In case people don't really understand, you know, that's just the thing. People always used to believe that O'Neal just, you know, O'Neal is an anti-Amber. I'm not. I just don't like saying how they you know what I mean, they just call, hey, after a period of time, I have to call it fairly and squarely because then people go and say, O'Neal, you're biased. That's what it is. You know, that's just the idea. 50%. 50%, not a percent less. Charmin, I'm telling you right now, that 30% is good enough for Amber, and trust me, her getting a divorce is enough to start some amount of change in Anthony. He already does not want to lose. Him tell us that him don't want to lose. You said the Charmin, and you know what? I have the clip to show you. Last night, you let me have to research the Charmin. Because you were the one that inspired me to do some, make sure I put things down in front of the audience. You gave this. Listen to this, Charmin. Listen to this.
That's what you think I'm here for? No. I'm not mad because you're broke, Anthony. I'm mad because of all the deception and the lies that's between us. I am your wife. You didn't think you could come to me and tell me that? Anthony, where I come from, people go broke every day. That doesn't matter. You win some, you lose some.
I don't lose.
That right there, Charmin, was the thing last night. I had to go back to go see. That's it. That's why if she walks away from Anthony, he loses. Just her walking away, he's going to feel it. If Amber goes through the divorce, Anthony will feel crushed. He will. This is when we realize, Charmin, you are the one that gave me this. You are the one that gave me this. Charmin, it was because of you I was inspired to go find the clip with this. You want me zooming for our cat suit? It's not enough. This is it right here. This is what you have told me, Charmin. This is what you have told me. And Charmin, I have investigated this. When destroyed Anthony and Amber character, the marriage should have worked out. Giving Shayla too many favors. I think they're probably, hey, let's see how them work. Because, hey, they just don't know where to go because it's the best storyline. That's what's going on. That will be Anthony's karma. Exactly. This is the karma for him. What I'm realizing now, Charmin, is that you are correct. If she leaves, this boy is going to be, it is what it is. If Amber leaves and take half of Anthony's money, he will not learn the lesson. He would just feel like women are gold diggers. Let's see. What I really want to say, I want to see, you know what? I really do want to see the divorce. I really do want to see the divorce. I want to see the divorce because I feel like they can put them back together again if they want to. That's why I think I want to see the divorce. That's why. That's why I think I want to see the divorce. Not only that, Charmin, but your point of view, Trinley, that's what I want. Your point of view came up today. Look at this. When he snapped, look at this.
You, the person that I actually have to spend
Shayla, what do you want from me? Huh? What do you want? You want me to tell you what? That I'm messed up? That I messed up. Okay, Shayla, I messed up. Old Mr. Dalton can hold everything together business-wise, but when it comes to his marriage, he's failing. That what you want to hear?
Charmin, that's all you. You were the one who pinpointed this to me, and now I can see what you're talking about. That's correct. Charmin, I have some clips of him. That's why we know that he's going to contest it. Exactly why I'm going to contest it. Because this is the sticking point. Lara and Bethany have the best storyline. I think I need to get more into them storyline. You are correct. I do them storyline every now and again, but I try to kind of make the other creators do. I want the divorce. Giving Shayla too many favors has ruined the skits and the flow. She's forced unnecessarily into the other their storyline. That is true. I agree with that, Trap Star. This is Charmin's memory. That's correct. Charmin has an excellent memory. She has a memory. What is it? Let's say elephant memory. Hold on. That's correct. Memory of an elephant. This was it. I don't know if he will, because if you're looking here, probably, but probably not. Because if you're looking here, the point of the matter is this, Miss Grant, is that he's recognizing that he's failing. It doesn't matter at all. The point of the matter is he failed. He is failing. This was what I was looking at, and I'm like saying, you know what? Maybe Charmin have a point.
That's not what I'm saying.
No. You talking about toxic masculinity and talking about me like Yes. Yes, I'm getting a divorce. You happy? She sent me some damn papers, had a process server come to my house while I was playing with Kai.
He's upset. In Bex. He can't take it. His lawyers advised him to agree to the 50% because he could lose much more in Georgia. This was it, Shaman. You have given away anything to get broke to millionaire. Is it the same thing as broke to a regular person? Anthony was never at zero. I don't think he was at zero either, but hey, people say he was. That's why Larry and Bethany's storyline is now number one. Even Mike's foolishness does better numbers some days on the Dalton, which is happening because of the Shayla mess. I think so. Sometimes the Shayla mess gets too much in the way. That have me crashing out. The Bethany skits sometimes get to me because then, you know what I mean? You know it, though. Bethany's storyline is triggering. Stress the ball. You have his a stress ball to watch Bethany. His lawyer will advise him that. Where's Coco, Amber's father? And Amber's father. This is so-called divorce series is going on. The divorce is going on. But I don't like the way they're saying Lynette should be in jail. Lynette assaulted BB, Bethany. She needed to go to jail. Interesting. Are you calling me an elephant? No, Shaman. I'm saying you have the memory of an elephant. That's what I'm saying. You have the memory of an elephant. It's actually, you know already, Shaman. Don't bother with your foolishness. Can't bother with Shaman. You always have come up with some stuff. No, Shaman, I'm not calling an elephant. I wouldn't dare do that. I would not dare do that, Shaman. Never. But this is it. This is it right here, sir. Let me see what you're saying, Eslin. It's been bugging me. Why did Amber invite Shayla on her honeymoon? The same woman who tried on her wedding dress. That's it, Eslin. Those are the questions O'Neill asks. O'Neill have to, investigate so that I can bring them back to the audience because that's an issue. It is an issue. Why would you have the mistress trying on your wedding dress? Is a good question. It's a very, very good question. The Daltons and the Shayla storyline is stupid and unrealistic. Amber needed to leave Dave alone until the divorce goes through. Then pop out with him if she wants him. That's what I want to happen, Carlin. That's what O'Neill is asking for. That's all O'Neill, listen to me. That's all O'Neill asks for. But people think me ask for the world. That's all O'Neill asks for. Just do it right. That's all O'Neill is asking for. None of Shayla business, Anthony don't owe Shayla information into the marriage. Well, she's been put in there basically, you know. It's what it is. You know what I mean? It's what it is. Better is that is going to be her demise. 50% is the problem. It is, but also I think that her leaving him is a thing. Because the failure of the marriage weighs on him. I never thought that, but then as I watched this skit and as I went back in time with the other skit, I realized that yes, it seemed to be a thing. The checks were bouncing. O'Neill Anthony is gonna begin to blame all this mess on Shayla, and I can't wait. Anthony didn't sign a prenuptial agreement, so he needs to blame himself. No, that piece, Ashley, you're right. The message to men is sign up. If you have a lot of money and you're getting into marriage, sign a prenup. That's the message. That's just the message. If you're going into marriage and you have a lot of money, sign a prenup. Ashley, you're 110% correct. That was the message I got from it. You are right. Oh no, I disagree. He needs to lose his money. He has to lose the money. That's the only real value to this man. I do believe that he does need to lose some amount of money, but I think that the two losses are going to be something for him. That's what I think so. I think the loss of the marriage and the loss of some of the money, I think is going to be the trigger. I think so. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Y'all know how it works already. You know it work in Skitland. You know it work around here. They might Charmin say if you call her elephant. Don't listen to Charmin, Sharon, because Charmin is something else. Anthony pays $4 per month for Kai to be in school, yet he's still at home. That's a good question. Is Kai going to school? guess we can't worry about that right now. I guess we can't worry about that. Listen to me. Anthony is not even thinking about the school right now. He's not even thinking about that. Is Kai going to school? That's a good question. Is Kai going to school? One, is Kai going to school? Give me one moment, mommy, for your super chat so I can like your super chat. Mommy with the super chat. Thank you very much, mommy, for the super chat. A big buck one. Thank you very much, mommy. Mommy says in her super chat, Anthony, wake up. Did you forget that you're hiding your money asking for half of what she can see is better for you? You know what, mommy? That's right. If he pushes it, he'll be in trouble. Thank you for the super chat, mommy. For the guys who have given super chat so far, thank you all very, very much for the super chat. Thank you. No, well, hey, listen, Miss Grant, I don't know if I'm right or not, because you know they write these stories. Hey, I never know. Y'all may be right. Listen to me. I've made calls, and you guys' calls are better than mine. So no worries that the writers sometimes shift about. I'm just trying to use whatever they give me and trying to see if I can, depict where they're going with it. Because I had to look back at the Anthony thing, because Charmaine kept saying it. And I was like, Charmaine, I don't know. I thought something, but I said, I don't know. But then I see it come up again. So I'm like, well, it seems like they have a pattern with this. So that's what I mean. Y'all keep saying Shayla and Amber around because somehow Amber has another relationship and Shayla gonna do things and try to get the next person Amber is with. Probably. She probably will try, Dave. Who knows? Knowing Shayla, she want everything. Lisa is next. The next snow bunny to crash out. She told Mike she loves him, eh? Lord gosh. No. He will when Amber, the babysitter, leaves. O'Neill, people keep screaming for Coco to show up. Why? They have to live out their own lives together. That's true. That's true. You know what? I like this. Green Walmart, I love this. That's right. Amber has to do this on her own. I don't want no Pastor Chris. I don't want no Coco. And I don't want no Mama Brenda. You're right. Amber has to do this on her own. She has to solve this on her own because too many times people come in with the two of them. I want her to do this on her own. I want them to show her solving this alone because it would send a good message to the audience. She have to solve it alone. Miss Gladys, Lisa, and Mike today, I think I saw that skit. I may have to look at it and see if I can review it at some point in time. She has to solve it on her own. I'm tired of people bailing her out. That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of people bailing her out. I'm tired of her going to other people. I'm tired of whatever else is. I want her to work on it on her own. No, Amber didn't mention anything to Shayla about Dave today. She didn't. Not today. But that's what I want to see. I want to see Amber work it out on her own because it would send the message. Because people love Amber and her friends. People love the Amber character because the character is so fluid. Them just want a little more solidness in some areas. That's what it is. That's really and truly what it is. That is really and truly what it is. But you have to work this out on her own. Anthony lose Amber, his money, and Kai, not his son. That would be a great for Anthony and Shayla. That would be the karma of the century. Definitely not Pastor Chris. We have we've already a trauma. Well, friends, what am I minimizing? All right, let me see what you're saying. O'Neill, why are you minimizing or equating Anthony having a child with his best friend with Amber being with Wayne, the business partner doing the engagement? Kai is also a reminder. Yes, well, we're not. Well, what we're saying is some of what has occurred with the whole idea of this child and this best friend is because of the best friend. And we're saying she kind of enabled the best friend too. So we're saying, yes, Anthony deserved the karma, but we're saying some of what has occurred with the best friend is as a result of Amber. It's the constant enabling of whatever it is. No, what we also said was, she's not a saint. That just simply means, just like how Anthony have him flaws, them Amber have her flaws as well. That's all we say. We're not saying nothing tough and out of pocket. That's just it. All I'm hearing is a knife and fork in the background and glass cracking and plates. Me need to go get me dinner for true. That's right. Anyways, friends, I have never been solid. Vanswell is something else. Vanswell is something else. Vanswell is something else. Amber will be able to work it out on her own when she finds herself. I'm like that. And with that, I'm going to... Friends, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Have a wonderful evening. It was a wonderful discussion. I love you all. To the moon and back. I'll talk to you soon.
Welcome to the audio show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right.
Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again.